Hello, and welcome to the Barren Rags. Yes, in a hippie tea house. In fact, it's yeah. I know it's kind of like three shop. Interesting in Springwood. So if you go past Springwood, it kind of stands out as you go past in the train. You see this. It's called the hippie shop. It's just kind of intriguing. Kind of makes you want to actually stop in Springwood. Just look at this shop. So I know that's why Barren came to Springwood. But yeah, it's kind of on an express train or from Katoomba. I'm assuming it comes from, I don't know, Lithgow or at least Mount Victoria. Yeah, yes, stops at Katoomba, but then the next stop, the only stop from Katoomba is then Springwood. Doesn't even stop Leura, and then to Penrith. Probably on Penrith, I'm assuming. And then, oh yeah, thanks. It's the hot chocolate. Yeah, it's like a full-on hot chocolate. So I think it's an interesting spot. It's quite a big kind of. It's a street. I wouldn't. Yeah, I guess it's a town or a street. It's not sort of a mall. It's like you get in, say, or a village like in Glenbrook, but I think it's an interesting spot. And there was some markets on. So yeah, I mean, you could just live in Springwood. Potentially, it would be much cheaper than say Glenbrook. And maybe this is kind of better in that they have a supermarket. Yeah, they'll have a supermarket, and maybe not a big sort of, I don't know, big chain Coles, Woolworths, but they'll have a supermarket. Yeah, so it's interesting. So where do you visit when you come to the Blue Mountains? Well, there's just so much. So you start Katoomba, then you've got Leura, and then maybe on the way, yes, there's Falcon Bridge, the Norman Lindsay Gallery, and then of course here's Springwood. Or Glenbrook. Glenbrook's probably the first stop. The village in Glenbrook's worth seeing. Then you've got the Aboriginal Cave. So you can drive to the Aboriginal Cave, or you can walk from Glenbrook. It's quite a walk, but you can. And then you've got the water. You've got the swimming holes in around Glenbrook. And then you come to Katoomba, and then you got you got Echo Point. Few other walks, and then you go on to Blackheath. You got a few. Look out where you got Wentworth Falls, Blackheath, Mount Victoria, and then of course it keeps going up to Lithgow, and of course Barren went across. I've got Quantum Do, but I'm just going to finish my sentence. And then I went across. Of course, Barren went across New South Wales from Lithgow, stopping in Orange, interesting spot, Orange Parks, and then caught the train Parks, which comes from Sydney to Broken Hill, where you can't drive from Parks to Broken Hill. You have to go by Dubbo. So, and then from Broken Hill, then to Adelaide, the bus. So, so Quantum Dude's here. What's up, Barren? Just in this hippie shop, actually. There's this three. I don't know. There's kind of three shops, and this is like a tea house. It's a hippie tea house. I think it's kind of interesting. If we just do maybe I'll just get the phone and do a rear. I think it's a great cafe. Yeah, couldn't be more hippie, could it? Yeah, it's much better than Byron Bay. Come on. Looks a bit Indian. Well, not really. No, I wouldn't say. Yeah, if you're here, no. They've got. Well, hippies kind of ties in with Indian anyway. It's kind of a blend, but it is very hippie. And even look at that. They've got the colour sort of strings coming down when you enter the door, and they've got a green door, and this is hippie. Even the drinks are kind of karma free type drinks. Yeah, you can't get a normal drink, no. So it's worth checking out Springwood, and you'll see the hippie shop anyway if you go past on the train, because it just stands out. Order this hot choco. Bit of Eastern vibes. Yeah, I guess no one really comes here. There's a few other cafes, which everyone goes to. It's not really a family kind of orientated cafe, is it? You're not going to sort of bring your kids here, are you? To a hippie cafe? It doesn't really make sense. So, but yes, I think it's a great spot. I don't know, just a little bit sort of different. And just the fact that there's three shops here that really stand out. or one shop in particular called the Hippie Shop, and this is kind of part of it. It's just part of the same sort of complex, and so basically just got a cafe next to this kind of hippie shop. Now I would totally bring them. What? Bring your kids to a hippie shop? I don't know. Sort of depends, doesn't it? You know, do you want to sort of teach this kind of way of lifestyle? You know, could you have your kids? I don't know, living out at sort of, I don't know, Byron Bay. Byron Bay's expensive, but you know they make I don't know, Mullumbimby or Brunswick Heads and fire dancing, and you know it's interesting lifestyle. Living out of a combi van, and, so you're going to break out into a tree pose in the cafe. Well, there's no one here. There's no one here. You've got to do this in a club. It would have been great at the... Why did I do that last night? Yeah, it was at the station bar. It was like, they just kind of play... that Billie Eilish song, Bad Guy, is it? Bad Guy? The Billie Eilish. And they're just playing this ridiculously fast with this kind of drummer just going just ridiculously fast, like on steroids or something. I'm not sure it's really music. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, there were people. It was kind of sort of some alternative. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? When you go to the different places or clubs, you find the culture kind of changes. So yes, you know, you go to Sidebar Central, it's kind of backpacker scene, or you go to a student scene at universities, or the Outback sort of place in say Broken Hill. But actually, no, you come to Blue Mountains. It's actually alternative. It's actually alternative, I think, and I thought it was kind of interesting. And there were people like, yes, there was the band. They got, you know, there's no security at all. It's Blue Mountains, but you know, you go to Sydney now, and fair dinkum, you've got security almost standing next to you, watching every single dance move. And if they don't like the way that you're dancing, they'll come up to you and say, "Oh, if you had too much to drink, maybe you should take a break." And it is kind of like that. And you could just get rejected, even if you don't even drink alcohol. You can actually get rejected at the door. In fact, Baron has been rejected several places. I don't know, because it's kind of like that now. I think they just reject 1 in every 10 just to show they're doing their job. They have to meet their quota. So if you're just unlucky, well, you know, yeah, it's all just, you know, part and parcel. It's not a big deal, but yeah, it's a new town, nanny state. Well, it's time to come turn into that. But yeah, but Blue Mountains, yeah, it's kind of alternative. And so last night, there's people kind of like headbanging, you know, type dancing right up to the band. So there's no kind of gap between. There's the band, and then there's everyone else. Kind of really crammed in, kind of, you know, headbanging type, trying to dance as fast as possible to the ridiculously fast music. But what's interesting is, because the music was so loud, they got the outdoor, and then you got the street. So you could actually just be on the street and actually just dancing on the street. Or just doing yoga or kind of tree poses. It's kind of like that in the Blue Mountains or at Station Bar in particular. I think it's worth checking out. And they also got this other pub with band, and they've got the legger, the bootlegger bar, and they go on a Saturday night. They've got stuff Friday night, Sunday, but it's pretty much Saturday night. So, but it's going to be like that anyway, Saturday night. Just ordered a cheese and tomato toasty. It's a bit hot, might let it cool down. So yes, got the Fatima Payman. She's going to be at Hyde Park, 3 o'clock. So that's why Baron's basically going to Sydney, and then I'm going to head to the church, the St John's Church. So yeah, get to meet Fatima. Get a photo shoot with Funky Fatima. Yeah, she's just great. I don't know. It's not that easy in Parliament. You go in Parliament. Stand there and then accusing, Pauline Hanson as a racist. I mean, she obviously is, but to kind of get up in Parliament like that is not that easy to do. All credit to Fatima, and just to kind of break away again from the Labor, the Australian Labor Party, and kind of bit like the who's that guy from the country? Bob Katter. Bob Katter broke away, didn't he, from a party and then formed his own party. So maybe it's a bit like that with Fatima. She's a senator. She's got the voice. So So what? That becomes a party? I don't know. I don't know the system. Even senators, they get a 6-year term, don't they? Senators, except for Northern Territory, and because their territories, I think 3-year term. Or they only have so many senators in territories compared to states. But anyway, I think they get a 6-year term anyway. Senators. Had to tend to my supermarket delivery. What are we talking about? That Muslim chick? Well, I don't know, Fatima. I don't know, she's 29, and I don't know, kind of funky. She's the sort of person you know you could just hang out and you just talk about anything, and she'll listen. And you know she accepts all views. I think at the end of the day, yes, she's obviously I'm assuming Muslim. She's religious, but you know she would accept all cultures, all races. Yeah, the alternative, not a problem. But I guess at the end of the day, it comes down to ideology, doesn't it? It comes down to ideology, and the One Nation Party, led by Pauline Hanson, although she's a senator, but it is nationalism, and that's what nationalism is. You don't have other cultures. You don't want multiculturalism as such with nationalism. So, but then again, yes, she is racist at the end of the day. So she even accepts the minuscule ants. So yeah, she's. I think she's funky. I just want to hang out with Fatima in High Park playing chess. Now we're meeting at the chess. Where the chessboard is, in case you're wondering. Yes, and maybe with a few pigeons. I don't know. Can you bring your own pigeon to High Park? And I don't know. Guess there's plenty of pigeons there anyway. I just think it'd be fantastic. Just have my cheese and tomato toasty so it doesn't get cold. Cheers. Oh yeah. Oh come on. So good. Now. Pigeon friendly. Yep. Fatima starts bringing her pigeon into Parliament. I don't know. Yeah. Or Lydia Thorpe. I don't know. Yeah. Lydia Thorpe with the Greens. Yeah. But the Greens are just they're just all activism anyway. I mean, Barron was part of the Greens and just getting all these emails and just went completely crazy like with emails. Yeah, they're just an activist movement, basically, the Greens. But I don't know, you kind of need the Greens, don't you? Because otherwise, yes, you need something basically alternative. You need something which is going to oppose the typical Liberal Labor. So yeah, I think it's great. Yeah, and now Fatima, maybe Fatima joins the Greens. No, I guess she's got a what is it? Australia Voice, and Barron. I guess Barron will become a member. I don't know. I'll have to speak to her. Could become a member, but I obviously want to become a candidate, and then get voted in, and then Barron becomes, I don't know, an MP or a senator or something. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? So yes, funky Fatima. Yeah, that's her slogan. No, she started her Fun Facts Friday with Fatima. So yes, yeah, she's just great. And cheers. When you got someone Bali. Okay, so yes, I now went to the Zali. Still supporting Zali. In fact, I joined when I left the Greens, joined the Zali Settle, independent for Warringah, and went to the interview party with Zali. In fact, I featured in the photo shoot, and the idea was yes to campaign for Zali 25 election, but yeah, obviously going away. Well, I'll be overseas. I think Europe. For the election, well, it's going to be late March, it's going to be April, but yeah, I think I'll probably be, Barron will be overseas. I don't know, still do a bit of anyway, online's the best anyway, in terms of campaigning. And for Fatima, well, I don't know, she's a senator, so what, I don't know, you're not, are we voting for senators this upcoming election again? I don't know how it works, so I'll just have to look into that, but yeah, I guess we'll then merge so post-Zali, after the election, merge, I guess, to the Australia Voice. It's kind of looking that way. But who's Barron going to vote for? I guess for the goat ant. Yeah, vote for the goat ant. Ant Albo. I just call him Goat Ant because he's the greatest of all time, isn't he? I mean, come on. Yes. Besides, I mean, how many we haven't had? In fact, he would be the first prime minister or president or president for that matter who's an ant, wouldn't he? I mean, there'd be no one else with an ant in their name. I don't think so. So you have to support not only minuscule ants, but also goat ants, and also elbow ants as well. Yeah, you know, we support all ants at the end of the day. So yes, the non-minuscule ant and elbow, and cheers. Well, I mean, come on. I mean, realistically, who is he against? Petey Dutton. The guy's just so intense. I mean, realistically, Liberal should actually get someone else. Maybe even who's that guy who just resigned? Bill Shorten. Oh no, Bill Shorten's Labor. Well, actually, no, bring Bill Shorten into Liberal, and then everyone, would actually probably vote for Bill Shorten. But no, they're obviously not going to do that. But I would change over. I don't know, maybe a female leader of the Liberal, and then anyone's going to be better than Pete Dutton at the end of the day. So that would be Barron's strategy. But otherwise, it's just going to be a landslide. It's going to be a landslide, and Albo, I don't know. It's not even worth counting the votes. You might as well just go on pre-polls, and it's already decided. So yes. And cheers. Just gonna have before it gets cold. Very nice. Okay. Got to get this 12:16 train Penrith, and then across to. Got to change, because there's no direct. I think because of the track work. Got to change Penrith, and then through to Central, and then High Park. So yes, and then I have to go King's Cross, St John's Church Christmas carols. Okay, so I think we'll leave with that, and that was Bum Breaks.